What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and today we're going to be talking about these NBA GM survey that they always do every year. So I think that it really does anger a lot of people, and I kind of see why, but at the same time, I really don't care because honestly, I never met these GMs. I'm not gonna know who these dudes are. So yeah. Also, one thing I want to talk about with this breakout player stuff, I just noticed this. This is my first time looking at all of it, by the way. So I may not like cover everything, but they're saying that the breakout player is gonna be two like incoming sophomores. I don't know if I like that. Like Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, like how are these guys breakout players? We already know they're already established. I think a guy like Zion is already established. But I think that Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham should not be in this category. I think that a guy like Anthony Edwards does perfectly fit this though. What player forces teams? I would say that this is kind of correct. I think that Stephen Curry is definitely number one. Giannis number two is fine. Honestly, all of these are fine actually. I think that Kevin Durant is probably over Luka, but you never know. Joel Embiid is also a really good pick. Now, this is kind of where I disagree. I think that Milwaukee is definitely the second best team in the NBA. However, I do think that the Clippers are a little bit better. I think that I just like the roster from head to toe. I think that what we see from Kawhi thus far, he's looking a little bit more mobile than I actually originally thought he was going to look. So I think that that's going to be really good. I think the ACL injury didn't really hurt him any bit except for him missing a season. So I think that if that's the case, I think that the Clippers are definitely number one. I think everyone else bumps down to two and three. And I think number four is definitely the Denver Nuggets. There's also one more thing that they got. So who will win the MVP? Luka Doncic is not going to be the the first seed, bro. Like he's not going to be like one of the higher seeds to get the MVP. So I really doubt that. If you're a starting franchise, oh my God, it's literally only two of these players. I think that at this point, Luka's probably going to be number one because Luka Doncic is definitely younger than Giannis, and he's not that much worse. So I think that that's pretty much what you got to go for. I think I already talked about both of these. Yep. So let's just go on to the next. Oh yeah, I heard something about this. So Jason Tatum got votes for being the NBA's best shooting guard. I think. Like what? I don't know why someone voted Jason Tatum because he's not a shooting guard. But yeah, I think point guard is valid. Trey Young is better than Chris Paul. John Morant is better than Chris Paul. Um. Also, Stephen Curry being voted as a shooting guard is atrocious. In fact, this whole thing is atrocious. I think that Paul. Well, I'm not sure if Paul George counts as a shooting guard anymore, but if he counts as a small forward, I think that he's. Oh my God, Jason Tatum is not better than LeBron James. I'm sorry. Kawhi Leonard is probably still better than Jason Tatum. Luka Doncic is better than Jason Tatum too. So, yep, I think that the best power forward it should honestly be unanimous on us at this point. I don't think that there's really any competition. I think it's literally just Giannis. Best center, yeah, you can give it to Nikola Jokic. I won't be mad at you if you said Joel Embiid though. Highest percentage of players total points per. Okay, so Giannis and Steph are voted like kind of unanimous, or they're both kind of voted as the best players at their positions overall. Okay, so that makes sense. I think that most people would have them as their top two. Best moves overall, already saw this. I think that these three are valid, except for one really big problem. How are you going to say that PJ Tucker is the most underrated acquisition and have him as like one of the bigger impact ones? Like, come on, man. Also, DeJounte Murray deserves to be on one of these two. So, yeah. The fact that DeJounte Murray is on any of these, the Atlanta Hawks, is kind of crazy, honestly. What team will improve? Okay, this is also another problem that I have. How is the Nuggets not over here? If you're including the Clippers because they are going to improve because of injury, how is the Nuggets not there? Let let's be real. The Nuggets should be over there if the Clippers are there. I don't get it. What was the biggest surprising move? I think Rudy Gobert was definitely a surprising move. I feel, at least to Minnesota. I did not expect that. Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland was also another unexpected move. Dejounte Murray was not an unexpected move though. Let's just look at the rookie of the year. I don't really know about. So who's the biggest steal of the draft again? I don't know any of these guys. However, like how can you consider someone at a steal when they're literally picked from the fifth and seventh overall pick? Like what? The fourth pick is a steal? Who's the best international player? I mean, yeah, I guess. If you really consider it like that. Also, Nikola Mirotic is hot ass. He's hot ass. He's hot ass, bro. Like, we need to stop lying to ourselves. Damn, there's a lot of these. Damn. But I think that these are definitely the top three defenders in the NBA. I think that these are very solid NBA perimeter defenders. Kawhi should probably be a step down. Mikal Bridges at this point is probably better. Andrew Wiggins. Oh, nah. Maybe I'm underrating him. I don't know. But like Andrew Wiggins as like the top 7 NBA defenders, I don't know. On the perimeter, nah, I don't know. Rudy Gobert, yeah, that's valid. I would say Bam is also a part of that piece. The most versatile defender, I think that Bam is also a part of this piece too. I think he should deserve a little bit more credit. But a guy like Giannis, Draymond Green, I think are just at another level at this point. Who's the best? Oh, I actually wanted to talk about this. So when we look at the best defensive ratings overall in the playoffs for the last couple of years, we're gonna see Milwaukee Bucks being on that list all the time. Not only that, but they're probably the best. So as we can see here, we can kind of see that they're just the best defensive team in the NBA when it comes to the playoffs. This isn't the anomaly either. This has happened for the last couple like off seasons or playoff seasons. So I think that's something to look at. I think that the Milwaukee Bucks are definitely the best defensive team in the NBA. I think that the Boston Celtics are definitely second though. Don't get me wrong. The Memphis Grizzlies is also up there. Oh, one more thing. Jaren Jackson Jr. is also a part of this list and a part of the best interior NBA defenders. I think that the problem with Jaren Jackson is that he literally just fouls a lot. So best coach, there's Tyronn Lue is like top 2 in my opinion. I think he's definitely better than Steve Kerr. Mike Budenholzer, I don't know, but like Eric Spoelstra, I think he's definitely number 1. Monte Williams is probably gonna take a hit this next year. But I guess the overall ranking, I don't really mind it. Best hook, yep, that's Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue, Nick Nurse, Eric Spoelstra, that's definitely them. Best coach, wait, which best runs the best offense? Steve Kerr, yeah. Milwaukee should not be on this list, bro. What are they doing? I don't know. That's actually a really good question. Oh, shoot. Where was I? What was this one? Not that one, though. Best defensive schemes? The Bucks aren't even on here? What? Oh, nah. Hold on. I think that that the Miami Heat and Toronto are definitely valid, though. Tyronn Lue? Yeah. Ime Udoka? Yeah. Bro, the Suns are a playoff dropper when it comes to defense, bro. I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's going to be huge. That one's going to be huge. Steve Clifford? Nah. Assistant head coach? Devin Katie Atkinson, but I really don't care about this category anyways. So, let's go. Who's the best leader? Okay, this is good. Chris Paul at number 1 by that large of a margin? I don't know, man. No, I don't know if even LeBron just dead ass quits on his team a lot. Jimmy Butler is definitely one of them. I think Draymond Green is definitely one of them. Who's another good leader? I think that Joel Embiid is also a solid leader, but I don't think a lot of people talk about him like that. So I gotta see why. Giannis is definitely a solid leader, but he's more so like he's not a vocal leader. That's what I'll say. Most versatile player in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I would say yes. LeBron James. Another like very solid pick for this is actually Ja Morant, but y'all ain't trying to talk about that. Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, that's actually one thing I want to talk about. So, who has the best core in the NBA? I would say that it's definitely the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Memphis Grizzlies. If you would have asked me like last year, I would have said the Atlanta Hawks. But as we see with the Atlanta Hawks, I think they're starting to stagnate a little bit. And even though they did get DeJounte Murray, I would say that he's not really a younger player. He's like 27. And I think another thing about DeJounte Murray is that I'm not sure if he really moves the needle for them. I would say if like they were to acquire like a guy like DeAndre Ayton, I think that would probably change a little bit, but Yeah, nah. And as you can see, everyone like said that Atlanta Hawks. That's probably because they were in the midst of like making the conference final run. So yeah, most athletic, John Morant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Zion Williamson, not even top three. Oh nah, he can't do that. Yo, the difference between Zion last year and Zion this year is that he just had a busted foot, bro. Best pure shooter, yeah, Steph. No discussions there. Clay, best at moving. Okay, this is actually a good one. I think it's definitely Steph. Another like really solid pick is Darius Garland. Darius Garland does move really well off the ball. I think that Desmond Bain also moves a little good off the ball, but I don't think it's nearly as good as the other two people I just said. Best passer is, as I've said, Nikola Jokic is definitely my pick for that type of award. So yeah, um, Chris Paul. I don't know about Chris Paul. I don't know about Chris. Like so, and Luka Doncic is probably a solid pick. Ooh, Lord, nah. So it was this one. So best home court advantage. Ooh, actually, that's a Utah is actually up there. You player, there are teams that don't win in Utah, and it's actually pretty crazy. Like up until this last year, Milwaukee hasn't won a game in Utah in almost 20 years. That shit is crazy. I would say that Toronto is definitely like, how would I say, it's ferocious, but I wouldn't say it's nearly as hostile as Utah. Utah is very hostile, and take it for what you will, bro. But it's even fun to watch. I already said that. I already made a video about this. I think that Denver, the Memphis Grizzlies, I think the Atlanta Hawks are up there. Or are some of the other? I think that I didn't say the Charlotte Hornets, but they are definitely up there too. I already said those. Boston is also a very hostile environment, so yeah. So which team will have the most efficient offense? But the Golden State Warriors up there, yeah. I think the Nuggets are two, Clippers are three. I think the Atlanta Hawks are four, or Memphis Grizzlies at four, and then Philadelphia at five, and then Brooklyn at six. I think that's how you really want to do it. Which team's level of success is hardest to? It's definitely the Brooklyn Nets. I think that it's very easy to predict where the Lakers are going to go. I think they're not going to be like one of the top six teams in the West, so I think that that's pretty easy. Minnesota, I think that Minnesota's up there. The New Orleans Pelicans, I don't think that they're up there. I think the Bulls are definitely going to drop off this next season, but Memphis Grizzlies, I think that they're still going to stay consistent. Like, what about the Memphis Grizzlies do people think that they're just going to fall off? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, please explain to me this. I don't know. But lastly, yeah. This guy just said it all. Like, AD breakout season. Like, what are we talking about? Highest IQ. Jokic is definitely up there, but I think that LeBron is definitely still up there. Which player would you want taking a shot with the game on the line? Like, what? Honestly, y'all gonna hate me for this answer, but give me Chris Middleton. I don't care. Like, yeah, Stephen Curry would probably make the best shot possible, but I would say that a guy like Chris Middleton, he just got that clutch thing. Like, he's just him, bro. I don't know. I don't. And lastly, what rule needs to be changed? Yes, the coaches' challenge needs to be changed. There needs to be two at least, and you can maybe get a third one. That's how I would do it. Free agency before draft, including no play and if. Yes, this is actually a really good one that I want to talk about. This is a good change that they need to make. Like if the play-in or if the play-in spots are like that much farther back, they should not be able to get in. I'm sorry, like that. So last year was the take foul. The fact that the take foul was this important last year was kind of crazy. So luxury tax, own draft. Okay, yeah. So one free throw attempt for all trips to the line. What? No divisions. I don't like no divisions. I don't like no divisions actually. I think that's a way for like a lot of teams to kind of get a lot of their schedule from. But I think that that's not really that big of a deal, honestly, for me. Playoff format. Well, what other thing from the playoff format would people be talking about? I don't know. More leeway for defenses. Eliminate defense in 3 seconds is crazy. But the schedule is also a very valid concern. But let me check one thing. All right, yeah, I think I over recorded a little bit, so I gotta edit the video. I already have like a minute that I have to edit. So yeah, it's me, your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and I hope you guys are having a great one. Boom.